Hey guys, welcome back. This afternoon, I had office hours, which I do every Thursday at 3 o'clock. So, as a side note, if you ever would like to join, it's easy. You can just register on my website. It's always free and it's always Thursday afternoons at 3 o'clock Eastern. But today was an extraordinary day in office hours because, as I always do, I opened with some notes that I scribble ahead of time, usually that morning or sometime in the afternoon. I scribble some notes together and I start office hours by reading my notes, and then we open it up from there. And today, as I began reading my notes, as happens in this amazing experience of being human, tears just started flowing. Tears to the point at one point of just not being able to continue for a second. They were just flowing, and there were just these waves of like very tender sadness moving through me. And it was incredible because this lovely, amazing group of office hours family members, gosh, I think we've been together for almost 2 years now, some of us, held the most beautiful, tender space of love for me as I was reading the rest of my notes. And when office hours was over and I kind of looked back over my notes to see like where did the sadness begin? Where did the tears well up? I thought, this is actually a really good set of notes that I scribbled, and it might be worth a shot to read it here for YouTube. Um, so we'll see. Maybe I'll cry this time through. Maybe I won't. Who knows? I don't try to manage those things anymore. I just more let life flow the way it wants to flow. The title or the theme for today's office hours was can I love the one who? Can I love the one who dot dot dot? And then we expounded upon that. So I'm just going to read you the notes and we'll see what happens. Can I love the one who? One of the greatest and most thrilling parts of waking up to our true unbound identity is experiencing pretty big waves of emotions, stories, and body sensations that we are finally ready to feel. When the capacity to meet these energies as friends has grown within us, we are fully equipped to meet them. We are ready to turn toward them the way sunflowers turn toward the sunlight, with warmth, kindness, and love. I noticed this fairly early in my exploration of who I am beneath all my programming and conditioning. Each time that I had a deep insight, there would be this experience of expansion. It would feel pretty amazing. I would feel free, light, and in the natural flow of life. And even before I understood this perfect design, I noticed that within hours or days of the expansion, there would be a pretty intense contraction, a wave that felt like increased anxiety, fear, sadness, and even symptoms. In the early days of this exploration, there would out of nowhere be an inexplicable feeling that I could only describe this way. The whole world could blow up now because it's so clear that all is well, no matter what. And I would feel so unbound, so free, so light. It was pretty amazing. And then, bam, right after, I would experience a big increase in physical symptoms, along with stories of fear and panic. The feeling of contraction seemed worse because I had just had this amazing expansion that in early days I thought was supposed to last. It took a few cycles of this expansion contraction dynamic before I really saw on an embodied level that this is actually a really brilliant design. It is 100% safe and 100% in service of this entire process of waking up, of shedding the layers of identity that no longer fit. Over time, I have actually learned to not only accept the contractions, I have learned to appreciate them and lean right into the amazing work that they're doing. It has become clear that these contractions are indeed safe. The emotions and sensations within the contractions are also safe. I am designed to meet these as friends, to draw them closer, to feel them, to set them free. Last week in office hours, we talked about the identities we carry like snakeskin, identities that no longer serve us, the ones that feel suffocating and restrictive. A snake sheds its skin because the old layer no longer fits. The snake can no longer wear what suffocates. This is a letting go of a layer of the false identity. It seems to me that the most efficient way for these old snake skins to fall away is for us to become aware, keenly aware of their existence. That's where triggers and contractions come in. That's where our daily lives, just being a regular old person, and all the people we encounter become part of our waking up experience. Remember, triggers don't give us anger, stress, anxiety, or sadness. They reveal what is already within us that is ready to be seen with clear eyes and an open heart. When the raw emotions and sensations are triggered and brought to the light of consciousness, there's a layer of snakeskin ready to be shed. There's an identity structure that is ready to fall away from you. This has been a big part of my experience these past couple weeks. My middle daughter, Taylor, who everyone calls my mini-me because she and I do everything together, has decided to move to Knoxville, Tennessee. She leaves in 16 days on May 17th. It has been a whirlwind of activity around here, trying to prepare her to move to a city none of us has ever even seen. At the same time, my youngest daughter, Parker, is graduating from college in 2 days and will begin her new chapter of life. Simultaneously, my oldest daughter, Megan, my firstborn, is working on updating her engineering license so that she can move across the country to San Diego, California. At one point over the weekend, I compared the sensation of my experience to being the center column of a carousel, standing still while all the parts of my life swirled around me like beautifully painted metal horses. Life arising as this, as sadness, excitement, fear, wonder, hope, and love. And in the midst of it all, right on cue, an old layer of snakeskin was brought crashing into my awareness to be seen again. This time, it didn't surprise me at all. It didn't catch me off guard. I know how it works now. I know this amazing, trustworthy, brilliant, beautiful cycle of expansion and contraction now. And even more, I now know not to abandon myself in the midst of contractions. I know the power and the grace inherent in putting myself first. So I did what I help others do. I began by simply noticing that some old programming and conditioning was coming back around pretty loudly. A layer of snakeskin was needing some attention. It was bringing with it some physical sensations, like tightness in my chest and some weird little headaches. There was a gentle remembering, hey, this is energy. This is aliveness. This is life itself arising as this tightness in the chest, these headaches, and an old habitual story of fear. So, with the warmth and kindness of a mother bear to her cub, I asked this layer of identity to come closer. The one who believes she is not worthy or complete because she still has a phobia that has not resolved itself. So I asked her to come as close as she could. And I asked myself, can I love this one who is afraid? Can I love this one who still doesn't want to cross big bridges or drive on the big interstates across the country? Can I love that program running, that old identity, exactly as she is? She and I spent some time together this weekend. She felt like headaches in my temples and across the back of my head. She also felt like sadness and fear. We got to know each other pretty well this weekend. And I got a chance to play one of my favorite old games from 2019. I used to call this game God and the Snowballs. And I won't read this part, I'll just describe it to you because I loved this game back in 2019. I have no idea how it came to me. It just came to me one night at like 3 o'clock in the morning when I couldn't sleep because this was back when my physical symptoms were really intense. And so, beyond the actual physical discomfort, I had these wicked thought storms all the time that would say things like, um, you can't go out with these symptoms. You're going to be humiliated by these symptoms. People will stare at you because of these symptoms. And these thoughts were just, oh my gosh, they were relentless. And in the middle of the night, one night, after just, I don't know, weeks of insomnia, this game came to me. And in this game, it was like I imagine God saying, hey, sweet girl, I'm going to send you like 500 of those thoughts today until you can see they're just thoughts and you can leave them alone. They're just like snowballs coming through. They're just thoughts. They don't need to be tangled with, turned around. They just need to be seen as thought. And so I would imagine, and I played this game, oh my gosh, for weeks, where I would really like get up in the morning and picture God being like, hey, sweet girl, you ready? You ready? Because you got like 500 of these thoughts coming your way today. But I got you. I got you. You don't need to freak out. You just need to notice, oh, there's that thought again. And I would even like count them, like, okay, done. And what happened over time was I just lost interest in the thoughts. The thoughts just didn't have the same charge anymore. So, anyway, I got to go back and play that game again with this new round of thoughts. Something's wrong with you. You're not good enough. Why can't you just be normal? I just let them start coming, and it was amazing. So, I played with the snowball thoughts and I spent time with the one who was afraid. She and I are still getting to know one another. And so far, she's pretty awesome. I said in my office hours email that we were going to look at sadness, control, and sleep. And at their core, these three things are the same. They are ideas we've learned. They are part of the human spirit experience that is here to be noticed and then met and understood for what they really are, then held, felt in the body, and finally, our identification with these thoughts, with these concepts, with these ideas. They're ready to be set free, like layers of skin, snake skin. When we lament that we have experienced anger, sadness, exhaustion, or shame for too long, you guys were confused. We have not actually felt those energies at all. We have felt the pain of resisting and hating them. We have felt the pain of misunderstanding those energies as something that shouldn't be happening. We haven't actually felt those raw energies. But when there is a readiness to greet those energies as friends, the identity structures that no longer serve us begin to fall away. For me right now, the most direct path is asking if I can love those identity structures as they arise within me, exactly as they are. Can I love the one who ate the chocolate to the point of the stomach ache? Can I love the one who said no to the dinner party, the coffee with a friend, or the exercise class when every ounce of old habitual programming said a good girl would say yes? Can I love the one who can't always drive on the highway or across the big bridge? Can I love the one who believes she let down her family, her boss, her friends, or her neighbors? Can I love the one who shut down instead of communicating honestly? Can I love the one who feels afraid? Can I love the one who feels ashamed? Can I see that these identity structures are not me and they are not mine? And then can I notice them without ownership or authorship? What might it look like to be open to loving the one, this program or identity, who is arising more loudly and persistently than ever right now? What would it look like to cease abandoning myself? I tend to remember pretty quickly now that the moment I defend or explain myself, I have already abandoned myself. And then I tend to remember quickly. Oh, sorry. And then I return to the one who is crying or shouting or doing whatever she can to grab my attention. And I invite her right back onto my lap. So let's do this together. We did this in office hours, and I invite you to do this with me. You can do it either with pen and paper, or you can just do it in your head. Either way is great. So, number one, think of something that your mind most habitually swirls around with stories of judgment or shame. So for me, it's this phobia that I shouldn't even say I still have, that still arises, that is still part of a snake's skin that has not shed completely, about driving over big bridges or driving really fast on big interstates. Still is a sticky thing. And so my mind, the thing it likes to swirl around about is shame. What's wrong with you? You're not good enough. You're not whole. You're not complete. You're not normal. So that's mine. So think of something that your mind loves to swirl, like shame on you, or you're not good enough about whatever the content is. And then use that sentence and then use that to complete this sentence. She or he is the one who. So for example, she is the one who freaks out at doctor visits. He is the one who drinks to avoid his feelings. She is the one who yells too much at her children. He is the one that doesn't show up for his parents. She is the one who is afraid to drive on the interstate. Once you have this identity, this layer of snakeskin identified, once you see it, can you simply begin by noticing that she's here or he's here? And then can you be open to seeing that she or he is not yours? You did not create her. You did not author her or him. He or she is not yours and not you. She or he is a program running, one that is now ready to be seen fully in the light. And last, with a hand on heart and the other hand either on your hand or on your belly, could you simply ask the question, can I love the one who? Can I love the one who's still afraid to drive really fast on the interstate? Can I love the one who still turns to alcohol to avoid feeling a feeling? Can I love the one who let her family down? Can I love the one who? And then feel her or him in the body. Feel her. Feel him. Where is she? Where is he? Your throat, your head, your stomach, your low back. Greet her. And that is enough. There's no figuring out or resolving this. There's just an asking and then a feeling of the energy that wants to arise. It is safe. Energy is safe. It can be greeted as a friend. You are the beautiful space of unconditional love in which this energy is rising. This is life. This is aliveness. Every emotion, sensation that has been given a label is here now, sometimes bigger and brighter than ever. Here now, emotions and sensations to be seen for the truth of what they are. and then to be brought closer, held, and set free. I am so glad I got to do this again, a second time through. It feels like it has landed even more deeply in my belly. The whole point of this is really to begin not thinking about it, but really embodying it, feeling it on a sensational level. I hope this resonates somewhere within you, or at least plants some seeds. And if you ever want to join us in office hours, I would love to have you. I'll be sure to put my website in the show notes below in case you want to register. Again, it's always free and it's on Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.